Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. We are doing the chapter Age of Industrialization, History, Class 10. In today's session, we will cover following topics: industrialization in the colonies, the age of Indian textile, situation of the weavers, and gomthas. So let us start with our session. Industrialization in the colonies. British colonies like India industrialized with the development of factory industries and non-mechanized sectors. Textile industries have major role in the industrialization of India. Then come the what was the process, how the Indian textile come up. Silk and cotton product of India dominate the international market before the age of machine industries. American and Persian merchants took the finest quality of cotton from Punjab to Afghanistan, Eastern Persia and Central Asia. Surat, Machilipatnam and Hooghly were the most important ports which were used for trade. Supply merchants gave advance to the weavers and obtained the finished woven cloth. At the first port, the big shippers and export merchants had brokers who negotiated the price and brought the product from the supply merchants. By the 1750s, with the arrival of European countries, or we can say European companies, when they arrived, the Indian started losing their control over the trade. The European companies were gaining power by securing a variety of concessions from local courts. Some of the companies got monopoly right to trade. All this resulted in a decline of the old ports like Surat and Hooghly, through which local merchants had operated. Slowly, the local bankers were went bankrupt. By the 1740s, the gross value of trade through Surat fell to rupees 3 millions from rupees 16 millions. While Surat and Hooghly decayed, Bombay and Calcutta grew. These changes was an indication of the growth of colonial power. Now we talk about the situation of weavers. As Indian fine textiles were in great demand in Europe, the East India Company was keen on expanding textile exports from India. Before establishing political power in Bengal and Carnatic, in 1760 and 1770s, the East India Company found it difficult to ensure a regular supply of goods for export. The French, Dutch, Portuguese and local traders competed in the market, thus the producer had a bargain power. The officials of the East Indian Company faced problems for getting smooth supply, and they also complained about the high prices of the product. Once the company established its political power, it started to eliminate its competitors and try to assert a monopoly right to trade. They did it through the following steps. Step 1. Elimination of existing traders and brokers. The company tried to eliminate the existing traders and brokers connected with the cloth trade and establish a more direct control over the weaver. Second step was prevention of company weavers from dealing with the buyers. Now, company prevented its worker from dealing with buyers. To do so, system of advances was followed. Once the order was placed, the weaver were given loans to purchase the raw material for their production. In many places of Bengal, weavers left villages and migrated to different villages. Sometimes they even revolted against the company and refused to take loans. Those who took loans had to hand over their product to the Gomthas. They lost any chance of bargaining. Many weavers had to lease out their land and devote all their time to weaving. Now here we talk about Gomthas. I'll let you know who were the Gomthas. The East Indian Company started appointing Gomthas, that is the paid servant, to supervise weavers. They collect supplies and examine the quality of the cloth. In fact, weaving required the labor of entire family, that is children's and women's, all engage in this process. The new Gomthas, having no social links with the villages, acted arrogantly and punished the weavers for delay in supplies. They marched into villages with sepoy and peons and often punished the weavers by beating with sticks. Further, the weavers received low prices from the company. Contrary to this, earlier supply merchants lived within the same weaving village and maintained a close relationship with the weaver. They looked after the needs of weaver and even helped them in their time of crisis. In this paragraph, I have used the word sepoy. I want to clear the meaning of that. Sepoys, this is how the British pronounce the word sipahi, meaning an Indian soldier in the service of British. So Britisher used to call sipahi as sepoys. That's it with today's session. In tomorrow class, we will start with the Manchester comes to India. Till then, take care. Goodbye.